My wife started complaining about a month ago that I stunk, and finally she broke down and bought me some clinical deodorant from Old Spice.
I guess we didn't bring this up at the time. How does it feel as a man of 50 to be told you need to change your deodorant? You smell.
It was, what's the word? Belittling. I mean, I didn't like it. And
I mean, I know you love your teenage years, your youth, but this is clearly a throwback to the time when your mother told you stunk, and now you've just come full circle.
She quietly.
Well, yeah, she didn't. Your mother would never come out and say you stunk.
One day, she said in the car, "You smell of pencil lead shavings, like from like when you sharpen your pencil." And I said, "Oh, okay." She goes, "That may be what it is, honey." And I said, "Okay." And then later, quietly, she slipped a jar of Tussie onto my desk at home, and I realized it's time. Tussie.
Is this pomade?
Tussie is what you take on your fingers and rub.
Yes, very primitive deodorant.
Exactly.
You literally had to dab your fingers in it and then up your armpit.
That's correct.
It'd be so slimy, too.
It was like a cream, like a Noxema or something. Yeah. My parents always used it. That's what my father used.
Your dad used it?
He did use Tussie. They had Tussie Men.
You wasn't a right guard man?
Later he would, but he used. I remember seeing Tussie Men while I was growing up, and seeing it in the medicine cabinet and whatnot.
He's in the Coast Guard.
He was.
You can't bring Tussie Man out there on the boat.
I know, a real faux pas on his part. But that's what she got me was Tussie Boy.
Haul you.
She got me Tussie Boy, and so that's what they called me in school, Tussie Boy.
Tussie Boy.
Yeah, as I
believe me, we still do.
There goes old Tussie Boy. So I was told a month ago, you smell, you reek, and I said I don't think that's true. I fought it, and finally she did what my mother did. She bought clinical Old Spice, put it on my little sink there in the bathroom. Yeah. She said, it's time.
It's time.
And so that's what I did.
Can you tell us, Kelly, whether or not your existing previous deodorant is now gone? Is that in the garbage or is it still there?
Have it. Still have it. Put it in the drawer and started using this.
But you're not having a good experience with this one.
It's okay. It's just like I do notice this. I mean, I smell it, and because it's right next to me. And then like when I do go to the gym, I smell it when I'm running and stuff like that, lifting.
But you say after a shower, you still feel it.
Yeah, it's still there because it is like
wax.
Yeah, because I use a shower poof, and I'll rub it all over my whole body, and it just slides around on the soap, But then when you slide it up under the arm, it just like like you've hit a dry patch or something, like you've got a wax floor and there's no wax in that spot. And so Will he uses the same deodorant. Go ahead, sir.
I use the same thing, Old Spice.
Uh-huh.
And it started breaking me out in dry patches, too.
Oh.
And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I stopped using the Old Spice, and I looked up the Old Spice deodorant. They're going through actually a couple of lawsuits right now.
What? Over deodorant?
Yeah. Yeah, because they're breaking out people in major rashes. Like, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if I was dying or what, because I was itching so bad after a while. And I had to stop using it, and then I Googled it, and there's some lawsuits going on in New York, I believe, right now over it.
All right. So I'll just have to tell my wife, you're going to have to get used to my man smell. That's just what I am. This is what I am. I'm a man. And sometimes we smell. That's
Headline. Old Spice facing $5 million lawsuit after deodorants cause extreme burns. Chemical burns, painful rashes from using Old Spice. Plaintiffs, this is August of this year, filed a class action lawsuit seeking $5 million damage from Procter & Gamble, parent company.
Wow. I had not heard that. Didn't know that at all.
I can't see a list of the actual offending deodorants. They just list several of their products because they're, they have
of course,
they probably have 100.
Isn't it funny how a company that big, even if you only have a few that have, it's just like, who knows how one person is going to, or a few people are going to react to something like that. Zach's on the line to talk about Old Spice. I'm using clinical Old Spice now. Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was a kid, this was maybe like 15 years ago, I used some Old Spice, and it broke me out so bad and set my underarms on fire, I had to get back in the shower and wash it off. Wow. I've never used it since then.
My God. What in the world? I think it's just some people react that way.
Your skin and those chemicals.
I guess that's it. There are chemicals. We talked about deodorant one time before. Thank you, Zach. What do you go to now? What's your... Oh, he's gone. Some people have told me to use like non-metallic deodorants and antiperspirants. You know, you've heard that for a while, so that you don't get any ill effects from chemicals inside the deodorant. I'll continue to search the deodorant aisle, but this one.
Are you allowed to search?
Well, I'll tell my wife. She'll be the one doing the deodorant shopping.
But you've been an Old Spice fella for a while.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with Old Spice. I like Swagger.
But I switch mine up like every couple of years.
Yeah. That's probably what I needed to do was just go to a different brand, you know, even a different.
Like I used Dove for about 5 years. Now I switched over to, I can't remember what it is.
What do you?
I just know the label.
Yeah. Buster's on the line. Again, this is about Old Spice now. Buster, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just listening to y'all. It's P1 here.
Thank you.
I had the same thing happen, but with the soap and the deodorant. And I mean, the soap just tore me up all between my legs back in the summer.
Goodness.
I mean, I was getting like balls in between my legs, and it was hard enough to even try to sit down.
Man,
that sounds awful.
Now, had you ever used it before, or was this totally new to you?
Yeah, I've used it for years, and it just all of a sudden it just broke me out. When I never could figure out what was causing it.
Man, I wonder why it did that after years of use. Did you see a doctor or just figure out it was Old Spice and stop using it?
Just figured to just stop using it.
Yep.
Under my arms, I broke out, but I just stopped using it.
Yeah, people, thank you very much, Buster. I appreciate it. Since I've been complaining about painful rectal itch, a lot of people have sent me soaps that are supposedly, fragrance-free and all that. I should really start trying that stuff because I basically use body wash. And that might be part of my problem too. I really should. I'm going to take some of those soaps home and really start using them.
So they're just sitting in your office?
Yeah, I got a big.
Is that what that mountain is over there by the TV?
Yeah, it's all soap. I've got a bunch of soap.
Envelope, package after package of soaps.
Yes, from a bunch of different people, a lot of soaps. Somebody suggested like a black charcoal soap, which I haven't bought yet, but I hear that's good. There's a lot of them out there. Andrew, you're talking about Old Spice. Now, deodorant. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
Great, thank you.
When you go to shop for deodorants, you'll notice that there are deodorants, and then there are antiperspirants, and then there are stuff that's combo. It's a deodorant / antiperspirant.
Yes.
That's what the clinical is deodorant / antiperspirant. Companies, that tends to be a little bit less harsh on the skin. So you might have been using something that was just an antiperspirant. It doesn't protect you against odor.
Well, maybe you're right. Yeah.
And then but the deodorant / antiperspirant tends to be chalky, and it's more. It really does stop everything, including bar soap. You can leave it on for a couple of days.
You're right. That's it. I mean, I'm not breaking out. I'm not having any pain or itching or burning or anything like that. It's just like when I get the soap or I get the shower poof up to the armpit area, it just stops. It's like, wow, there it is. It just stays on it. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. My only complaint is it is overwhelming odor. I mean, scent to me. I wish it was just like scent-free. Or
too much fragrance.
Yeah, too much fragrance. What these folks are calling about, what this lawsuit is about, is like actual drying out and burning. That's I have not experienced that. John, you're talking about Old Spice. Go ahead.
I'm saying this, and I'm not making fun or trying to call you out on anything, but Secret works really well. If you can find one, I think their Outlast brand that's unscented, that is an antiperspirant and deodorant.
Secrets.
You'll be happy, and so will your wife.
Okay.
No, that's not going to be in the men's section.
It's in the ladies section. Secret.
It's got usually it's very light green, light blue, or white.
Fine. All right, fine. Yeah. Thank you, John.
Package.
And I appreciate you prefacing that with.
In fact, most of the jokes I've heard so far they thought you already wore Secret. I haven't let any of them through.
Thank you.
You've been protecting his fragile self.
I appreciate that. Well,
what's he doing wearing Old Spice? Shouldn't he be wearing Secret?
I don't know that they. I don't think they still use this slogan. Remember, Secret used to be strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
I wonder why they got. I guess men and women are equally strong. You can't say strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
Because men sweat, men work.
That's right. We men are the ones that go off to work.
Women are dainty.
Yeah. Actually, I would use Secret. I don't have any problem with using Secret. I've used Vagisil before. I do think that was just from a prankster who got me to use Vagisil.
Right.
And I've also been written about in Forsyth Woman, a magazine.
Yeah, he didn't get the cover, but still, the mention was nice.
A local publication.